we have this period between which it was obvious that there was something to discuss, and the mainstream has effectively been forced to admit that.
Now I'm not a living being, but I'm not really dead. I get into your body through the holes in your head, and you might not even know when I'm there and I'm taking over. Doesn't really matter if you're high or drunk or staying sober. Exactly what I am and where I came from is a mystery, but ask too many questions, they'll just say it's a conspiracy. Pangolins, bad soup, a lab in Wuhan. Try to dig down to the root and poof, you gone. Why you so surprised seeing cases are on the rise? You'll just staying fat and happy, eating burgers, coke and fries. You know I'm here to stay, I ain't never going away. Doesn't matter if you're in Canada or the USA. Trying to get the upper hand on me with new inoculations, even locking down society with true indoctrination. I'm taking down the nation, wreaking havoc worldwide. Really think you can win if you just mask and if you hide?
The World Health Organization says it doesn't recommend trade and travel restrictions.
The health appears to be spreading fast due to ignorance and misinformation.
The rise in anti-Chinese sentiment.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus?
Why is it ever unsafe to acknowledge young? Ever.
Come to Chinatown.
It comes from China.
There's an animal in the market.
The wet market had nothing to do with it.
That is the only thing we're allowed to consider.
There weren't bats for sale
Now
there.
what can I do with this virus all in my land? And the fate of my people's just resting here in my hand. I gotta do something or they'll blame me for doing nothing. Gotta flex with all my power, cause they always call my bluff and say we're all in this together. Gotta flatten the curve, but everybody's such a critic and they're getting on my nerves. Can't they just wear a mask, wash their hands and stay home? Would they rather save grandma or the business they own? Now I'm gonna lock them down because it's for their own good. We can make better decisions for their lives than they could. Bring on quarantines, force vaccines and curfews, punished with high fines and jail time if they refuse. But it's not my fault, I'm just doing what doctor ordered, even though we're still bringing in flights across the border. Don't be a COVIDiot, just do what you're told and help us get all of these dangerous rebels under control.
Everything you're going to hear from us has been vetted by public health experts and scientists.
If people want to wear a mask, that is okay,
But we don't want to be told what to do.
because it prevents you from breathing
Social distancing.
or speaking moistly on them
Wash your hands.
and putting everyone in jeopardy.
Touch your knife and helmet.
A bunch of yahoos.
Now is the time to do what you're told.
What's going on? Got this feeling here in my chest. My once happy life has been destroyed at your behest. I was a small business owner doing good for my community, but then you came and spat right in our faces with impunity. Demonized, unfolding right before my eyes. It's like your goal all along was to bring about my demise. We followed all your rules and met all of your guidelines, but when you couldn't take the pressure, sent us to the sidelines. My taxpayer dollars paying your full paychecks. When I heard I had to close, that was my whole day wrecked. But never mind a day, you ruined my whole life. How can I provide for my children and for my wife? You said liquor's essential, so I turned to the bottle. Popping pills and booze, I'm crashing hard, full throttle. Now what good am I? Just dragging my family down. I think they'd all be better off if I just wasn't around.
These deaths and despair numbers are very unsettling.
We have a mental health pandemic.
Unemployment, isolation, and of course the uncertainty.
Stay home.
Staying away from each other.
That right there is anti-scientific.
We don't know from month to month where our income is going to come from.
Absolutely irresponsible.
We are not a little island that we can shut off.
Because what scientists do is they observe something and they say, what are all the possible explanations for this thing?